Welcome back to the next session of probability, sir. We are in the process of solving the problems of probability. Let's see the next question. The odds in favor of A solving a problem is 5:7. The odds in favor of A solving a problem are 5:7 and odds against B solving the same problem are 9:6. What is the probability that if both of them try, the problem will be solved? The problem will be solved. Okay. What is the probability that the problem will be solved is same as solving the problem by at least one of the two. By at least one of the two candidates means the solution is obtained, the problem is solved. So let us write odds in favor of A are 5:7. So probability of A to solve the problem 5/12. Probability of A not to solve the problem 7/12. Odds in favor, odds against B. Odds against B are 9:6. Probability of B complement is 9/15. Probability of B is equal to 6/15. So the problem is converted into known form, means the way in which we are very familiar. Now, the problem will be solved means if at least one of them will solve the problem will be solved. So P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. P of A is equal to 5/12. P of B is equal to 6/15 minus 5/12 into 6/15. It will go 2 times, it will go 3 times. 5/12 plus 6/15 minus 1/6. So 60 is the LCM. 12 will go 5 times, 5 5s are 25, 15 will go 4 times, 24, it will go 10 times. So this is 49, 39/60. Answer is 39/60. This is one way of solving the question. Let us see the alternative approach. P of A union B plus P of A union B complement is 1. P of A union B 1 minus P of A union B complement 1 minus P of A complement intersection B complement. So P of A complement into P of B complement. This is by De Morgan's laws. By De Morgan's laws. When A and B are independent events, their complementary events are also independent. 1 minus P of A complement into P of B complement. A complement is equal to 7 by 12 into B complement is equal to 9 by 15. So 1 minus 3 will go 3 times, 3 will go 4 times. 7 divided by 60. 60 minus 7. Sorry, this is 21 divided by 60. So this is equal to 39 divided by 60. Both will give you the same answer. It is a time saving method and it is a traditional approach. Which method you feel comfortable, follow that method. Okay, sir. Next. Let's go next category, problems based on conditional probability. Next category of problems are problems which are based on conditional probability. Let's see some questions on this. A pair of dice is thrown. Together and the sum of points of the two dice noted to be 10. Noted to be 10. What is the probability that one of the two dice has shown the point 4. This is my question, sir. Look at this, a pair of dice is thrown. When two dice are rolled, total number of cases are 36. First die is having numbers marked with 1 to 6 on its face. Second die is also having numbers marked with 1 to 6. 6 into 6, 36. But what is given in the question, sir? Sum of the points of the two dice is noted as 10. Given sum is 10. Sum of the dice is noted to be 10. So whenever this condition is given, we have to reduce the sample space. We have to reduce the sample space. So sample space nu is equal to, this new sample space consists of only those numbers whose sum is 10. Again I am repeating, sir. When two dice are rolled, we will get 36 cases. It is an ordinary problem of rolling two dice. But here one condition is given. Sum of the points of the two dice is noted to be 10. It means sample space should be reduced from 36 to only those numbers whose total is 10. So 4, 6 is one case, 5, 5 is another case, 6, 4 be the third case. So the sample space nu consists of only 3 points, 4, 6, 5, 5, 6, 4, because of the condition that sum of the numbers on the dice is noted to be 10. So here total number of cases are 3. 1, 2, 3. Now what is required here? One of the two dice has shown a 0.4. So probability of number on the die is 4, given sum is equal to 10. So total number of cases are 3. How many cases are supporting? 2 cases are supporting. What is required here? One of the two dice has to show a number 4. It may be first one or it may be second one. So this case is first die is showing a number 4, and this case is second die is showing a number 4. So 2 is the answer. 2 by 3 be the answer. This way the original sample space you have to reduce according to the given condition. So this is called a conditional property. Okay, sir. Note down the solution. I'll solve 3-4 more questions so that you will get it properly. Let's see the next question on this. In a group of 20 males and 15 females, 12 males and 8 females are service holders. What is the probability that a person selected A person selected at random from the group. A person selected at random from the group is a service holder given that the selected person is a male. So underline this, sir, given that the selected person is a male. Okay. Now look at this. I am giving a tabular representation of the given question. Males, females, total. Service holders, non-service holders, total. Here it is males, females, total. Now what is given in the question, sir? In a group of 20 males, males total is equal to 20 and 15 females, 35 candidates are there. 35 candidates are there. Now 12 males and 8 females are service holders. Male service holder 12, male service holder 12, female service holder 8. 12 plus 8 is 20, 35 minus 20, 15, 20 minus 12, this is 8, 15 minus 8, this is 7. So the table is filled. Suppose in the question, if it is given that one candidate is selected at random, listen carefully. One candidate is selected at random. It means from 35 candidates you are selecting one candidate. Again I am repeating this point. In the question, if it is given, suppose you assume one candidate is selected at random. So from 35 candidates you are selecting one candidate, sir. That is ordinary problem. But what is given in the question? The selected candidate is male. It is given that the selected candidate is male. So what is required? Service holder. Given that he is a male. So forget about females. I am not interested about this females. My concentration is on males only. In the given question, how many males are there? 20. This is the meaning of conditional probability. According to the condition, you have to view the question. Condition is the selected candidate is male. So you are not interested about female candidates. So out of 20, how many are service holders? 12. So 4 will go 3 times, 4 will go 5 times. Suppose the question is, I am adding one more question here. Probability that given the candidate is a service holder, given the candidate is a service holder, what is the probability that the selected candidate is a female? Okay, this time from whom you have selected a candidate? From the service holders. So you have to concentrate only on service holders. How many service holders I have? 20. Now out of this, how many females are there? 8 females are there. So 2 by 5. 2 by 5 is my answer. Okay. Now you can also add one more question. Probability of given candidate, selected candidate is a female, non-service holder. Non-service holder. For this you want probability. Now sir, how many females we have? 15 females we have. So you have selected the candidate from 15 females, not from the 35 students altogether. 35 candidates altogether. From this you have not selected. The candidate selected is a female. So how many females are there? 15. Whatever given, that you write in the denominator. Whatever given, that you write in the denominator. Intersection of these two. Non-service holder and a female. Intersection of these two means non-service holder and a female. Non-service holder and female. How many are there? 7. So answer is 7 by 15. So only one part is asked in the question. To get the concept of conditional probability more, 2 more questions are added from my side. Okay. But in the exam you answer only that particular question which is given in the question. In the exam you have to answer only that particular part which is asked in the question. Okay, note down the solution. Okay sir, let us see one more question on this. The probability of occurrence of a number greater than 2 in a throw of a die if it is known that only even numbers can occur is look at the question sir. In a throw of a die, when a die is rolled, sample space is having 5 cases. When a die is rolled means it will show any one of these 6 numbers. Total number of cases are 6. But what is given in the question? It is known that only even numbers can occur. So I have to concentrate on even numbers only. It is given in the problem. Only even numbers can occur. So sample space new. According to the problem, you have to reduce. It means eliminate odd numbers from the picture. Eliminate odd numbers from the picture. Now new sample space is having total number of cases 3. Now what is required? A number greater than 2. A number greater than 2 means favorable cases are 2. Probability is equal to 2 by 3. Probability is equal to 2 by 3. This is the answer to the given question. Okay, sir? No doubt. Now see the next question. A player has 7 cards. A player has 7 cards, of which 5 are red and of these 5, 2 are kings. 2 are kings. A card is drawn at random. A card is drawn at random. What is the probability that it is a king? It is a king. It being known that it is a red is okay, sir. Now as far as cards are concerned, 52 cards are there. Color wise, there are 26 red cards and 26 black cards. There are 52 cards. Out of this, 26 are red in color, 26 are black in color. What is given? A player is having 7 cards, of which 5 are red. So total 7 cards. 5 cards are red. So 2 cards are black. Of these 5, 2 are kings. 2 are kings. So remaining others. 3 others. Now what is given, sir? It is known that it is a red card. It is a red card means this part is eliminated from the picture. You have to see the question this way. How many red cards are there? 5 red cards are there. So total number of cases are 5. Total number of cases are 5. And I want it is a king. How many kings are there? 2 kings are there. Favorable cases are 2. Probability is equal to 2 by 5, sir. Probability is equal to 2 by 5. Okay. Note down the solution. Now next question. Two coins are tossed simultaneously. Two coins are tossed simultaneously. What is the probability that the second coin would show a tail given that the first coin has shown a head. This is my question. Now first read this one. Two coins are tossed simultaneously. First statement of the question is two coins are tossed simultaneously. So in the traditional approach we write sample space as this way: head head, head tail, tail head, tail tail. Then go to the second one. What is the probability that the second coin would show a tail given that first coin has already shown head? First coin has shown head. This is the condition given. So beta, we have to eliminate two cases from this sample space. Which cases I have to eliminate? All those cases which are not starting with H. Otherwise which are starting with T. Again I am repeating this point. Out of 4 cases in the sample space, 2 cases I have to eliminate. Which of the 2 cases I have to eliminate? That depends upon the given condition. What is given in the question? First coin has shown a head. Here, first coin. This is second coin. First coin, second coin, first coin, second coin, first coin, second coin. Now it is simple common sense. When the first coin has shown head means there is no question of considering these 2 cases. There is no question of considering these 2 cases. So sample space in nu consists of only 2 points, HH and HT. Only in these 2 points first coin has shown head. So total number of cases are 2. Favorable cases. Second coin would show a tail. So how many cases are supporting for happening of an event? Only 1 case is supporting. So favorable case is 1. Probability is equal to 1 by 2. Okay. Note down the solution. Next, one more question, sir. It is given that it is given that a family of two children has a girl. What is the probability? What is the probability that the other child is also a girl? Okay. Now, when a family is having two children, let us write both are boys, or it may be boy girl, girl and boy, and both are girls. First statement of the question: a family of two children. When a family is having two children, four possibilities. Both of them are boys. First boy, second girl. Otherwise, first girl, second boy, and both are girls. Okay. What is given in the question? It is given that a family of two children has a girl. It is already given they have a girl, but it is not given that first one is a girl or a second one is a girl. So this is the only case where there is no girl at all. So eliminate this case from the picture. Sample space new is having boy girl, girl boy, and girl and girl. Total number of cases are 3. What is the probability that other child is also a girl? Favorable cases are 1. First child is a girl, second one is also a girl. Family is having a girl means one is girl, the other one is also a girl. It is not first one girl beta. That I will take up again. So probability is equal to 1 by 3. Let us see the same question. I am modifying this statement here. If it is given that a family of two children, first child is a girl, what is the probability that the second one is also a girl? The second one is also a girl. Now here it is clearly specified first child is a girl. First one is a girl. So one more, let us see the sample space. So if the terminology of the question is this way, there are two cases which I have to eliminate. Because in these two cases are not supporting. The first one is a girl. So these two cases are not supporting, the first one is a girl. Only these two cases are supporting. So I have to concentrate on this. Total number of cases 2. Favorable cases 1. Probability is equal to 1 by 2. So you must be very careful about the terminology of the question. Okay, sir? Note down the solution. Okay, sir. With this, your conditional probability problems are also over. Now one more concept left over that I'll take up in the next session, sir. Thank you.